Hey, what's up, Turtle Riders? Gonna let everyone mosey on in here. Go ahead and share this video. Let people know we are live. All right. All right. All right. What's up, Turtle Riders? How many people we got here so far? All right. We're getting up there. 15. That's quick. All right. Here we go. Let me go ahead and share this on Clarence. And come on. No, don't need that. All right. Freaking Fupa computer. I swear we're going to get this started in a sec. Come on. We live. All right, let's do it. Let's rock. All right, what's up, Turtle Riders, and welcome to Uncle Turtleboy's Late Night Garage Podcast. This episode brought to you by our good friends over at Garage Doors Plus in Quincy. You can find them online at gdplus.com. If you have one of those old rickety garage doors like Fred Flintstone, and you need to get out of the car, put your key in the garage door, turn it, open it up, get back in your car, drive into the garage, get out of the car, close it down, all right? Or let's suppose you're one of those hoarder types and your garage has turned into a graveyard of your old high school memorabilia. It's time to get with the times, folks. Call our friends up at Garage Doors Plus in Quincy. They will come over to your house that day. They will give you a fair quote. So fair, you're not going to know what to do with yourself. It's going to blow your doors off, no pun intended. And you're probably going to hire him that day, and he's going to install it that day. All right, they'll go anywhere, not just Quincy. They'll go North Shore, South Shore, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, doesn't matter. They'll go anywhere, everywhere except for Coleraine. So give them a call, tell them Turtleboy sent you, and we greatly appreciate their patronage, and they greatly appreciate yours as well. All right, so without further ado, we have a good episode tonight. I got a lot of crap I want to get into. It's been a very interesting day. There's been a lot of rumors circulating. And just a reminder as well, if you'd like to support what we do, you can do it in a number of ways. You can get the ad-free package for only $10 a month. You can, buy something in the Turtle Boy store. You can donate, whatever. There's a lot of ways you can do it. We're constantly under attack. We're constantly being demonetized, blacklisted, you name it. They don't want us to talk, right? They want to lock us up, which clearly almost happened today. So we need to talk about this immediately. All right, so if you got there's like a three-headed Turtleboy Ratchet brigade today that kind of came together in the perfect storm, and there's a lot of rumors being spread about me personally. And it started when this guy, Joe Hart, you guys remember Joe Hart? And by the way, I have shared the link to this live on Clarence, so if you want to share that for me, let people know where we're at, that'd be great too. But this guy, Joe Hart, on Facebook he's known as Joa Orga, a.k.a. Grundle Stiltskin, you may know him better as. We've written about this guy more times than I can count. He basically harasses police officers all over Rhode Island, he's part of this whole First Amendment audit thing. It's libertarians. You know how I feel about libertarians. They are cancer. They're the absolute worst. They are anarchists with college degrees. That's basically what a libertarian is. And these people follow around the police all day, and it's like some First Amendment audit, they call it. And really, they're just harassing the cops or whatever. So Grundle Stiltskin's one of the worst ones. And we've written about him many times. And he messages me, and he says, LOL, you're done. LOL, gotcha, bitch. Did you commit felony assault with a deadly weapon and make threats to the elderly? Yeah, that's what I do. I frequently call up the elderly and threaten them with deadly weapons because I have nothing better to do. And did I show up to their house afterwards? Yes, but I showed up at 4 because they know I have an early dinner. Yes, you do. Hypocrite. Remember, your biggest enemy, me, took you down. Okay, time out, buddy. Time out. I take offense to that right there. You can say a lot of things about me and Turtleboy. You can't just go around saying that you're my biggest enemy, though, pal. Okay? I have much, much, much bigger enemies than you. All right? I'm being sued by the Dartmouth Yoga Poon. I'm being sued by Jamie Genero. I'm being sued. Ryan Waters sued me for a long time. He's appealing it. He lost. Michael Gaffney is a pretty big enemy of mine. I have a lot of enemies. Like, you don't even make the top 10. I'm not going to lie. Like, Grundle Stiltskin, you're a joke to me. You're just humorous. You're a guy that follows the police around. I wouldn't even put you top 100 enemies. There's so many better enemies out there than you. Didi Delgado, even Kevin Lynch for a long time was a much better enemy than you ever were. So he keeps messaging me. Bitch, tyrant, fascist, Nazi, world's biggest hypocrite, T-boys lover. And I'm just like, sir, this is a Baskin Robbins. I don't know who you're talking to. I mean, this is a guy, let's be honest. These people, if they just got some pussy, their lives would be a lot better, wouldn't they? I mean, these people that we profile in here, that's one thing they all have in common. None of them get laid. There's no way this guy ever has consensual sex with women. It's impossible, right? That's why he has time for all this stuff. And he was more likely one of these guys every night thinks about his ex-girlfriend, why she dumped him, and then he starts eating, Shaw's brand ice cream, and he masturbates himself to sleep while crying. That's his basic Thursday night. So anyway, this guy is apparently under the threat. I'm like, where did this come from? What's he talking about? Well, brings up chud number 2, Josh Abrams. If you recall, Josh Abrams, I forget if it was Bristol or somebody wrote about him about a week and a half ago. This guy follows around the police all over I think he's from Wakefield or Stoneham, that area, and just does First Amendment audits and, nonsense and harasses the cops. It's so unoriginal at this point. And he posts a video and he says, reporting attack to police. They take the plates and charge the turtle driver with assault and battery, dangerous weapon. Now he's got all caps, so you know it's serious. Detectives investigate for threats to a disabled person over 60. Ding dong, the turtle's dead. So obviously he's a reputable source. Obviously, we know that. And this is the video that he put as some sort of evidence of that. Let's listen to it.
Liter bottle of Pepsi that's like 70% full, and he flings it out the window. It's dark, and I didn't see what was going on. I was already on the phone, so he hit me in the head with it. Okay, so at this point, I pulled out my camera and I started recording. Obviously, I didn't know it was a dead end. Yeah, I had the bottle at my house. Okay. He turns around, and at the point I'm making sure I get the license plate. So I get the plate, and he doesn't say anything as he drives by. But as you can see in the video, and you can hear, he pulls over into that tiny little cul-de-sac, and he goes, "Grab it. Let's just fucking kill him." And then the passenger says, "No, just go, 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 go."
So this is really serious. So he actually calls the police. We don't know what town this is. He claims it's Stoneham. And he has an officer there who he says his name Cataldo, but we looked it up. There is no Cataldo in Stoneham. And he claims that this guy, he's telling this police officer that I did these things, right? That I went to his house. I have no idea where this person lives. I read that blog barely. I had very little interest in Josh Abrams. But apparently I go to his house on Wednesday nights and throw bottles at him and his elderly parents. That's what he claims I do. And he actually called the police over this, and you saw it on there. Now, he thinks this is some sort of proof. The cop is literally humoring him, right? So then he goes and he plays this video as evidence that I have been charged with the crime. Check it out.
Was kind of breaking up a little bit, and everything was kind of going on, and I wanted to update my parents as to what was going on with the Turtleboy incident. So I just wanted to confirm, so I understood what was going on, and what the charges are, and the process, and then I'll leave you alone.
The charges information, I think it's Corey. However, he is being charged with throwing a ball at you.
Okay, and where does that charge, called?
Like I said, I can't. It's a Corey matter. However, you'll be in the report.
Okay, time out. He says it's a Corey matter. I'm pretty sure Corey is the background check you get when you go to get a job somewhere to make sure they haven't committed a crime. So I don't even know what this has to do with anything. A Corey, what's he talking about? Notice, by the way, my name has not been mentioned in any of these. So he's saying that, my name's Aiden, obviously, and he's saying that there's evidence that I've been doing something nefarious to this gentleman, throwing bottles at him or whatever, and his poor grandmother, God bless her soul, great lady, heart of gold. And he's saying that I've been doing these things to her, but notice my name has not been mentioned. He's just saying he. I'd also like to point out that nowhere in this video do we see or have any acknowledgement that he's actually talking to a police officer. He just starts it halfway through, and we are to take his word that this is some sort of legitimate thing here, and that charges have been filed. The whole thing sounds shady. So he goes on.
Currently being charged. I would just assume it's for throwing the ball at me, assault and battery, dangerous weapon. But is this So the last thing I just wanted to understand is this is going. So he will be going in front of a judge for this criminal assault.
Correct.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Listen, I really appreciate it. I didn't mean to be combative. And you know what? What I'm doing out there on YouTube, obviously it's going to get some feedback. I appreciate what you guys have done. And I don't care what what the guy says about me. And I didn't even call you guys until he threatened my parents and he came to my house and assaulted me. And I haven't always gotten the best feedback or response from the police because of what I do.
Okay. So this guy who has made, this is priceless. This guy has made it his life goal to just harass the police officers. Now he is allegedly a victim here. And what is the first thing he does? He calls the police, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot make up this type of irony. You cannot make it up. This video should be widely circulated around all the cop block circles. This guy should be thrown out of every cop block group on the internet. He's literally filleting what he claims to be a police officer, and he's a cop caller, essentially, right? And he's not hiding that. Can you get any more hypocritical than that? No, you cannot. So anyway, he's obviously a moron. He's crazy. We know that. But then there's ratchet number 3. We have Samson Racioppi. We'll just call him Samson. So Samson, who's on the right there, this is John Hugo, the walking ball of sex juices, who is one of the leaders of the Straight Pride Parade. And there's Samson. Now, Samson purports to be a legitimate citizen, right? And a well-educated man going to law school. These other two are clowns, obviously. And also, they should be diametrically opposed to one another because Samson is associated with, I support the police, Proud Boys, all this shit. And these guys are like the opposite of that. They're like, fuck the police. They're with the Antifa crowd. So they should not, be friends. However, a mutual dislike of Turtleboy has brought them together. Now, I'd like to point out, I had no beef with Samson originally. Bristol invited him on the show, right, to talk about the Straight Pride Parade. And apparently, him and John Hugo thought that this was, caress your balls time. And that was not the case. They asked him tough questions, and then I came on, and I asked them the real tough questions, and then they ran away to their safe space like the little bitches that they are. Very sad, very disappointing. So, Samson posts this on Facebook. As a writer, you research and report on a story, but you're not supposed to be the story. Turtleboy in jail. So keep in mind, this guy is kind of a well-known dude around here. He's leading the Straight Pride Parade, which has gotten international coverage. So that's the kind of thing that might get the media's attention, right? Because the media doesn't care about Turtleboy until we're involved in some sort of controversy. Then all of a sudden they care, right? And Samson wants to know what town this happened in, because he's literally taking the word of a complete and total psychological nutcase ratchet in Josh Abrams. And he starts, he can't say where any of this happened. he can't say where anything's happening. He just keeps posting those videos and claiming it's me and blah, 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 blah. So I just spoke to Samson on the phone. We're going to call him again, okay? I'm going to call Samson again and give him a, let's see, give him a call. Because he's left me a bunch of messages. Can I just play this message? Let's see what this most recent message says. Because, by the way, the video he's shown, he has a video of the car, allegedly, that threw shit at him when you can't even see the car throwing shit at him. It's a Nissan Pathfinder, a black one. He's got a license plate. So I send him a picture of myself in my garage with my white Honda CR-V. And I'm like, guy, think you got your stars crossed here. Let's see a message he leaves me. Hold on.
Yo, I'm a turtle boy, bitch, and I'm turtle boy rich. That means I can afford the dollar menu, shit. My name's Clarence, and I give him hell. That's okay, because when I go to jail, I get poked in the shell. I like Taco Bell, and I can afford $1 shit. When I go to jail, I'll get on my knees and quit. Because I'm Clarence, I like to make fun of people's parents, and it's transparent that I bang a dude named Terrence. And it's okay, I wear a bib on my chest, and that's what I like to call a sperm burping vest. Hiccup, hiccup, and I'll blow a burp. If you give Clarence some cum, then he'd like to slurp. Because he's Gay Clarence, the Gay Clarence, man. He's a turtle boy with a lot of gay Clarence fans.
Not bad. I got it as a big proponent of freestyling there. That's really not bad. He rhymed Clarence with Terrence. That was very good. Solid B+ right there. Definitely better than Rizzy from Billerica. I have to say that. What does this one say? Because he's left me so many messages. He says he's coming to my house.
Hey, look at me. I'm a fucking heinous child molesting, sperm burping, cum dumpster. Fucking sperm rag should have been spit out by my mother or shit out by my father. Type of homo named Clarence. And I like to beat up on people's older parents. You fucking idiot. I've never heard something so dumb. Hey, it couldn't have been me. I couldn't have committed the crime. I just sent you a picture of me standing in front of a Honda. That means I could have never been in a Nissan.
Oh, okay. So the picture of me standing next to my Honda CR-V was not evidence of him to him that I am, was not in that Pathfinder, because he says I could have been the passenger now. Now he's suggesting that I was the passenger in this vehicle. So let's give him a call, shall we? We need to give this guy a call. See what he's got to say. Come on, Joshy Poo. This could be good, folks. He was really pissed when he talked to me before. He's convinced, by the way, that I definitely did this. Like, he's legit. He believes that I assaulted his grandmother and his grandfather and threw a bottle at him. Just for the record, I was home last night. My wife can confirm it. I got alibis. I got witnesses. I'm good. Free my boy. Oh, he better answer. This shithead better answer. After all this... Hello? This motherfucker doesn't answer. I'm going to be so pissed because I literally just talked to him. Let me call him again. I'd call his phone number, but I don't know it. Okay, I'll try it around. I'll try it again in a moment. But anyway, this individual seems to be saying these things. Now, I'd like to point out, Samson has since messaged me, and he has apologized. He has edited his thing, and it says, edit, apologies to Aiden. He was not arrested or charged with anything. So he has taken this back. He fell for it. He admits he believed this because he wanted to believe this, okay? And meanwhile, this guy is still posting. I mean, how embarrassing is that to believe some cop block dude, right? This is why their organization is a joke. This is why the whole straight pride thing is such a joke. They're being led by such boobs. I thought they were trolling the whole time. No, these guys mean it. They definitely mean it. I'm going to try to call him one more time. Then he can call me back. Yeah, Corey checks have to do with employment. Exactly. What's that guy talking about? Okay. If he doesn't answer, we're calling Samson, because Samson's another one. He's been up my ass today. Come on, shithead. Answer the phone. I want to talk to Samson. Samson! Where is Samson? Hello? Oh, this motherfucker. What a pussy. I should have kept him on, guys. I should have kept him on. Let's see what the last thing Samson and I talked about was. Let's see. I'm not answering how many times per day he had sex. Once y'all get started with that shit, it became obvious that the whole interview was a setup. First of all, it was not a setup. My whole premise of asking him about how many times a day do you have sex, it's like, this is heterosexual pride parade, right? If you're not having sex with women and you're a dude, then what are you proud of for being heterosexual? Like, that's like saying, well, I'm straight, but I jerk off like every fucking night and I never ever get laid. Then what are you proud of? What is there to be proud of, right? Like, I masturbate to women a lot. I masturbate to porno. What's to be proud of? That was my whole point of asking that douchebag. So why don't I call him? See if he answers. Would you like to apologize? Let's see. See what he says. If not, we'll go on to the next topic. I'm so disappointed, guys, that I cannot tell you how disappointed I am that Josh Abrams did not come on the program tonight. Because I literally was talking to him at like 9:28. Samson's ringing. Let's see if Samson answers. He's been on Facebook all day. Come on, Samson. Come on. All right, guys, he's not answering. All right, so anyway, these guys are I mean, this is what pisses me off about these people, right? Oh my God, all day long, yap, 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 yap. You did this, you did that, you're going to jail, you're getting arrested, blah, blah, blah. Call this number, do this, blah, blah, blah. And then push comes to shove. It's like, let's talk. Let's talk. Where are they? They don't want to talk. So it is what it is. They're cowards. We all know that. This is why they hate it. And this is, by the way, the reason the straight pride guys hate us is because every person who has criticized the straight pride parade so far has been a liberal, has been a social justice warrior. And they've always been able to throw that back in their face. Oh, you guys, bunch of fucking libtard commies, blah, blah, blah. They love to be social justice douchebags. They love to throw that back in their face. With us, they can't do that. That's the beauty of Turtleboy. And that's why I enjoy going after stupid right-wingers more than I enjoy going after stupid left-wingers, because when I go after left-wingers, it's like I'm preaching to the choir. You know what I mean? It's like it's so easy going after stupid left-wingers because a lot of the things they do are so obviously stupid, and I know a lot of you agree with that, right? And Bristol's all upset because she's a little sensitive, guys. Don't let the hard shell fool you. She's been going at it with them, going after them. And she reads the comments. Maybe I shouldn't say this, but she reads the comments. And she doesn't... A lot of people say mean things. And I always tell her, don't read the comments. I don't read the comments. She reads the comments, and a lot of the hardcore right-wingers have been like, commie, libtard, all this bullshit. So, anyway... like Turtle Driver says, going after stupid left-wingers is like shooting fish in a barrel. It's not a fair sport. It's not a fair sport. So anyway, why don't we, with our last remaining whatever minutes here, kind of open it up to the crowd. Whatever you guys want to talk about, any stories we've talked about in the last couple of days that you'd like me to hit on, we can do that. Or I can answer any questions you guys have, whatever. Fire them at me. Yeah, this bitch is still busy commenting, right? But he can't come on here. He can't come on here and talk. Hey, what's up, Brendan James? How you doing, buddy? I'd never heard of the term balloon knot before. So this is from the blog today, obviously, this balloon knot thing. Out of Billerica. Did you guys see this? This story's been going on for a long time now, apparently. It started, I remember people messaging us about it in like January of 2018 when it first began. There's this pizza chain called Sal's that opened in Billerica. And evidently, they wanted to redo it, right? Upgrades, pretty standard stuff. And the neighbor to Sal's Pizza has a big barn there, and he's kind of crazy, right? This guy, Arthur Lynch. And the guy writes on the barn, douchebag, which is freaking, like, just douchebag. I don't know if you guys ever saw that episode of The Simpsons where George Bush moves next door to The Simpsons, and across the street he has a big sign that says, "Two bad neighbors," and it's just like stick figures, and nobody understands what it means. Like, you're the bad neighbors? It's like, no, the boy and the man. I don't know their name, right? It's like the same thing. It's like, so you're saying you're a douchebag? What are you saying? All they know is it's bad for business, right? And so they come to some sort of agreement because he wanted the fence to be 6 feet tall. Are 8 feet tall because he thinks people will look over into his yard for some reason that's of interest to people that want to go buy pizza. And since, even though he's living in a town like Billerica, which is a pretty big population for a town, he still thinks he's entitled to like privacy or whatever, you know, like, so he wants an 8-foot fence. So they agree. Sal's Pizza's like, fine, we'll build an 8-foot fence. They start building it. The guy comes out, he's like, get off my lawn. And then there's no 8-foot fence because they told him to get off his lawn. Somehow they resolved it. And they had an agreement that this would end. And then this week, somebody sends us this. And now it says, it once again says douchebag. But now it says, suck my balls. Suck my balls, teacher. Present them. And down here it says balloon knot. A lot of people were talking in the comments about like, ha ha ha, balloon knot. I had no idea what a balloon knot was. Apparently it's a brown eye. Is that correct? It's an asshole, I believe is the term. Why do they call it a balloon knot? Anybody know? Why? I didn't research that, but somebody sent that to me. I'm kind of embarrassed that we didn't know that. Who claims no missed calls? Bullshit. Yeah, so that's that. Anyway, any other questions you guys have? Fire them away. The wall just got 10 foot taller. I'm calling this douchebag one more time. I can't stand the fact that he's not answering the phone. I'm really pissed at him. I'm really disappointed, dude. If you can't trust a cop-block douchebag, then who can you trust? Okay, so they're not answering. Whatever. If they want to call, they can call. Thoughts about the Macys plates. More getting into PC bullshit. As you guys saw, those Macys plates that said skinny jeans on the inside. The middle plate said, like, you know, whatever jeans, dress jeans, and then mom jeans or whatever. Obviously, that suggests that the bigger portions you eat, the fatter you get, which is a biological scientific fact. And it's humorous. It's something a lot of people can relate to, obviously. Portion control, etc. And one chick, who, by the way, is not even fat, decides on Twitter, she's got a blue check mark and 38,000 followers, so she is going to tell Macys, not only does this offend me, but I demand that every store in the 50 states that has Macys in it cease selling these. What does Macys do? They freaking gave in. Unbelievable. They just gave in. They're just like, I'm terribly sorry about that. When are these people going to understand Twitter is not real life? the people that are on Twitter that are outraged, those people don't exist in your day-to-day reality. Like sometimes I forget about that, right? I live in a social media bubble. And when I talk to people outside of it, like I go to my parents' house or I see friends or whatever that don't really go on Facebook that much, and I tell them these things, they're like, "What's that? I haven't been following. I don't know what that is. I didn't see that." Right? And you're like, "Wow, nobody gives a shit. Like nobody in the real world gives a shit." Macys doesn't understand that. They see a blue check mark, they see some chick is mad, they see she has a podcast, they're like, "Oh, I'm out of here. We're gonna bow to your needs, miss." So that's what I think of that. I think it's classic that. People are asking about Conrad's law, and let me talk about that because I take this one personally, right? Michelle Carter, we can all agree Michelle Carter, something's wrong with that chick, right? We've seen the text messages she sent that kid. He was suicidal, and she coerced him to get back into that truck several times when he expressed desire not to want to kill himself. She kept doing it until he got in. That's why she was found guilty of manslaughter. I disagreed with that decision when it came out. That was an unpopular opinion to have, right? Because I thought it set a wrong precedent. I thought there would be a slippery slope. And then, what does the Massachusetts State Legislature do? They proved me right. Because 3 Democrats, Natalie Higgins, who represents Leominster right near us, and then two other state senators, have proposed legislation called Conrad's Law that would make it illegal, right, to, if you know a person has suicidal tendencies, you cannot say things to them that would lead them to either commit suicide or attempt to commit suicide. That's what I got a real big problem with, right? The attempt thing. What does that mean, right? Jeffrey Epstein looks like, the pedophile who's in prison right now. It's all over the news today. Suicide attempt in prison. It wasn't really a suicide attempt. He's just pretending because he wants to go to a different prison, right? And well, so what if you knew he was on suicide watch, right? If I had said something mean about Jeffrey Epstein, like, "Go kill yourself, pedophile," and then he killed himself, or even attempted to, I've now broken the law, right? I've broken Conrad's law. And I have a huge problem with that because I regularly tell people to go kill themselves. It's top 5 things that I say. Kill yourself, right? Go die, right? Just fucking do the world a favor. I don't actually mean it. Like 99% of me doesn't mean it. I don't actually want you to kill yourself. It's just some people say. But now your words can be used against you. I am just against in this country any criminalization of speech. I think that's a terrible, terrible road that we do not want to go down. We don't want to give the government the right to, say that certain words are off limits or certain phrases are off limits. It's like, no, people have free will, okay? The Conrad's case was very different and complicated, right? Because she told him to get back in the car several times. He didn't have to do that, by the way. Nothing was forcing him to. I can understand if the person has a mental retardation, right? Are you allowed to say that? I think that's the right word still. Like, suppose you found some poor kid with Down syndrome or something, and you told him, "Hey, go fucking hug that bear over there, or go run and see if you jump in front of that truck, you'll get extra jelly beans," right? And then they do it and they die. Then I can understand that. That's you intentionally trying to kill someone, right? But, and that person has a mental deficiency. They're unable to think for themselves. Conrad Roy, for all intents and purposes, was able to think for himself. He just chose to let this woman dictate his choices. You know what I mean? So, I'm against that. Epstein was waiting on his appeal on bail. Epstein's not going to get bail, dude. Epstein's fucked. Epstein's never, ever, ever getting out of jail. I don't know if I've been following that case kind of closely. The language the judge is using that, he's never, ever, ever going to get out of jail. He now realizes that. And he's like, all that money, all that shit I had, I'll never see it again. I'll never even see fresh fucking air again. I'm fucked, right? So he ain't going to last that long in prison, right? Anyway, any other questions you guys have? Oh, he's beyond a flight risk. He's like the definition of a flight risk. Absolutely. You're a dad. Would you be cool if you saw your kid texted that? So no, I would not be cool with that, David, at all. But that's where the parent comes in, right? As opposed to the government. Like, I have no problem as the parent telling my kid not to do something, but I don't want the government to criminalize my kid if they do something stupid like that. We gotta, if my kid sends text messages like that, we have to have a serious fucking conversation, right? Like an old Yeller kind of conversation. I gotta pull Mrs. Turtleboy aside. We gotta have a conversation here. Like, what the hell's wrong with our freaking kid, right? What the hell did we do wrong? This kid's fucked up. Right? We got to do something about this. But I wouldn't want the kid to go to jail for that. No. All right. Other questions. He's asking to be transferred to a juvenile facility. That's a good one. Yeah, like you said, Turtle Driver, the language is too broad. What pronoun does this gingivitis cancer use? Which gingivitis cancer? I'm not sure. All right, other questions you guys have. Remember when you said Beto would win presidency because he's cool? Yes, I apologize for that, and I think I apologized for this the other day. I've never, ever been so wrong in a prediction since Jeb Bush, right? I like 4 years ago, I said Jeb Bush was going to get the Republican nominee. I'm like, Donald Trump, come on. Donald Trump's not going to win the nomination. Never mind become president. Right, stop it. Let's be reality here. Of course, it's going to be a Bush. It's just they go every other president, and a Bush is a president. It's his turn. It's Bush versus Clinton. That's the way it's going to go. I was fucking wrong about that. But Beto, I was even more wrong about. Beto, like, I was convinced this guy was white Obama, and admittedly, I did not read much about him or know much about him. The only thing I knew about Beto O'Rourke, right, was that he was a Texan who almost won a very red state, a state that never goes Democrat, right? So I'm like, but that guy, when he ended the race, he was at like 15%. Raised $6 million right away, all this shit. Beto O'Rourke is a fucking joke now. Like, he's below Yang Gang, not even close to Yang Gang. Like, he's getting murdered by these people. He's below, like Marianne Williamson beat him. Marianne Williamson beat him in a friggin' poll, right? Because Beto has nothing. Like, there's nothing to him. He literally just says whatever you think. He's like he's basically like a shorter version of de Blasio that stands on tables more. That's all he is. I've never seen somebody so empty of actual thought as Beto Robert Francis O'Rourke. He's a complete and utter fucking joke, right? What else are people saying? So I apologize for that. I was dead wrong about that. Other questions. Gingivitis equals Josh Abrams. Oh, that guy, gingivitis. That's right. Yeah, I think he's a dude. Please don't vote for Pocahontas, even though she'll win 90%. Okay, I want to address this, why I'm voting for Elizabeth Warren. And please, I'm kind of embarrassed I have to explain this, right? But if you knew the Patriots were going to be in the Super Bowl next year, right? And that was a guarantee. Like, Trump is going to be the Republican nominee. We know that, right? And I want Trump to win. Now, if you could guarantee the Patriots would be in the Super Bowl, right? And you want them to win. And you could pick any team in the NFC to play the Patriots in the Super Bowl right now. Who would you pick? Would you pick the best team, right? Would you pick, who's the best? I mean, the Rams are going to be good again, obviously. The Saints. Would you pick one of them? Would you pick the Eagles? Or would you pick the Washington Redskins, right? Or some other abomination, the Tampa Bay Bucks, something like that. Of course you would. And that is why you have this option now. If you want Trump to win, like I do, I have the option in Massachusetts in the primary in March, right? In which I get to decide who is going to be the guy Trump goes against, right? So I'm going to pick the person who I believe he has the best shot of beating. I'm not going to obviously he would kill de Blasio and some of these people, but those aren't real candidates. Kirsten Gillibrand, Cory Booker, those aren't real candidates, right? There's like 4 or 5 real candidates. The real candidates are Kamala Harris, Elizabeth Warren, Joe Biden, Bernie Sanders, and maybe Mayor Pete, right? And according to the poll numbers, the one that has the best shot against him is Biden. So I do not want Biden in there. That's like the worst case scenario, right? I think he would do fine against any. I think Kamala Harris has the second best chance against any of them. But I would like to avoid those two. And I think the ones he has, I think Mayor Pete right now has really bad numbers against Trump. But that's because black people don't like Mayor Pete. They have their reasons. They don't trust him, right? But they would come around. Mayor Pete has the most Obama-like qualities to him. He's by far the best speaker of all of them. He frightens me too. So the one who doesn't scare me at all, Bernie Sanders and especially Elizabeth Warren, right? I mean, Elizabeth Sanders is like a more ridiculous version of Bernie Sanders, right? Everything she does is insane. Everything. Like, she fucking changed their freaking gender my preferred pronouns the other day on Twitter. That is the most SJW move of all time. Nobody likes SJWs. That's not going to win you the states that you need to win back. So of course I want her. Joe Biden can appeal to dudes in freaking Pennsylvania and Michigan and Wisconsin and Ohio and North Carolina. Elizabeth Warren can't. The only type of people she appeals to live in Massachusetts, New York, California, right? The places that Democrats want to control who decides to get president, who gets to become president. So, yeah, if you truly want Trump to win, if that is your goal here, like it is for me, it's your duty to vote for Elizabeth Warren. I don't care how much hurts. In this state, they let independents vote in any primary they want. That's fucking insane that they allow that, guys. It's absolutely insane. So, of course, I'm going to take advantage of that, right? Of course I'm going to take advantage of that. Like, are you kidding me? You're just going to let me pick one? You're going to let me sabotage the other team? Fuck yeah, let's do it. Right? I don't know why they allow it, but they do. There's no benefit to being registered in the state as a Republican or a Democrat because then you can't sabotage the other team. It's awesome. So if you truly want Trump to win, you have to suck it up and vote for Elizabeth Warren. Okay? Other questions? Yeah, please clap. Oh, that was great. I loved the freaking... That's one thing I'll miss is the Trump, the debates. Those were freaking priceless. He came out with a bang with only Rosie O'Donnell. I could watch that clip a million times and never got old. Never, ever get old. All right, any other questions? Wasn't someone supposed to get an apology? I forget which blog it was. Probably. Half the candidates will drop out after the Iowa caucus in New Hampshire. You're absolutely right about that. She won't be one of them. I really hope people actually charge Area 51. Yeah, that's a good one too. All right, any other questions you guys have? Because it loads very slowly, some of these questions. Has either of the parade guys ever had girlfriends or dates? You know, we need to know this. That's a great question. We need to interview them and speak with them. All right, anything else, guys? Trying to answer. Can we talk about this speaking event on August 8th? It seems like a full day shindig. Are you speaking during a certain part of the day? Yeah, I don't know exactly what time I'm speaking at. I'll be speaking in Billerica, speaking of the devil, on August 8th. It's at this organization called Grand Opportunity USA. They're hosting it. Brandon Straka, who led the Walk Away movement, will be there, as well as Scott Pressler. These are kind of big personalities in the online world. And they will be speaking. I will also be speaking and answering questions as much as I can. I don't know what time exactly I'm going on, but I will be live streaming it and updating you guys as you go along. Did you see the Boston Globe article about the seaport only looking for whites? Yeah, they wrote an article about that last year, and we did a blog about it too. So go check that one out. It's a big joke. Other questions you guys have? Warren AOC ticket. Wouldn't that be awesome? The only person more beatable than Elizabeth Warren is Ilhan Omar. I'll tell you that much right now. Ilhan Omar. Live show Saturday. For right now, I got family coming up this weekend who I haven't seen in a while, so I'm going to keep you posted on that. It'll either be Saturday or Sunday. I'll let you know. All right, any other last-minute questions before we call it a night? Give you guys 30 seconds if you want to ask me something. Then we're going to call it an evening. Yeah, my new pronouns, guys. I cannot wait to have for the first person to come around and have their pronouns be a racial slur. That is going to be the ultimate SJW headache, right? Imagine someone came around and is like, my pronouns are the N-word and spick. Those are my pronouns. So I'm going to demand you call me that. You know what the sad part is? They would win because transgenders are at the top of the liberal hierarchy. So they would definitely win that. Any other questions you guys have? I think I saw one. Have you been to Fort Wayne yet? I've been to Fort Wayne many times. My old man's from Fort Wayne, so I've been to Fort Wayne many times. I haven't been there since the incident. Did you see the MyPillow guy is supposed to run for Omar's seat? It doesn't matter. I mean, people keep talking about, did you see somebody's running against AOC, this Republican, this Jamaican black woman? It's like, you had me at Republican. Like, let's be clear here. And people are like, you should write about this. I'm like, I will not waste a single ounce of my time or energy talking about people running against Maxine Waters, right? Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, AOC. I won't do it. Why? Because they can't win. Guys, you got to live in reality. Like, AOC got like 92% of the vote, right? Ilhan Omar, I think, got more than that. These districts are so gerrymandered that a Republican can never win. These are highly populated urban areas filled with douchebags, right? The worst people on earth. So they can't win. Samson! Call Samson one more time. Should I? All right, I'll give him one more time, then we'll call it a night. Come on. I can't believe this douchebag didn't answer my call. Douchebag, deadbeat dad. Okay, so now he's saying, I'll apologize where the allegation was made on Facebook. I don't think you want to have a genuine conversation with me, so I won't even entertain it. Of course I want to have a genuine conversation with you, Samson. I'll give him one more try. One more try, and then we're calling it a night. I can't believe Abrams fucking wussed out. What a fuck. If I get him to talk on the phone tomorrow, I'll do an immediate live show with it, by the way. Immediate. Hello? Nope, not answered. So he's hanging up. All right. Anyway, my entire life, 53 years, we have had a Republican congressman here on the North Shore for 2 years. Huh? Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Right, exactly. So, like, we have not had a Republican congressman in Massachusetts since 1996. Like, nobody gets more than 40% either. Like, it's not close. So, it's literally a waste of time. Not worth talking about. The only kind of Democrats, Republicans that can win in this state are people like Charlie Baker, who are not really Republican. So, anyway, folks, we're going to call it a night. I got to head upstairs, but thank you for supporting what we do. If you really like to support what we do, go ahead and get you some gear in the Turtleboy store. right? Get one of these hats. These things are awesome for election season. The Turtle Boy, the MAGA hats, make internet great again. Anyway, we will see you guys this weekend for the live show. All right, peace, Turtle Riders.